Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Rifa binti Saidi and my message number 01DDT20F1008.
My name is Nur Najah Butiusin and my metro number is 01DDT20F124. So today we are going to present about problem-based tasks, the database administrations. So for the first question is um, they ask about to create the new listener name as the BBT1 listener, and the new database must use this listener for a session and connection, and we can use any suitable Oracle 90C such as the SQL Plus, NetCar, and Oracle Net Manager. So for us, we're using the NetCar to create the new listener. So the first thing is you can just go to the command prompt and run it as the administrator and type it the NECA, or you can just scroll on the windows and find the NECA. And then we can see that they asked you to select what that we want. So for this situation, we are going to choose add, since we need to create a new listener, and then rename it as the name is at the as the PBT1 listener, and just go to the next button. Next. So then there's two types to show that the configuration is complete, which is from the NECA and from the command prompt. So next. And then for this, we can see that you can see the listener as a PPT1 listener after you type the command for ls and rctl and type the status. So next. So for the questions too, they ask about to that the static parameters can be changed only in parameter file, and we require to change the appropriate parameter that changes the maximum number of attempts before the connection drop. And then it's including the command and explicitly states that change must be made only in server parameter files, which is the SP file, and then we must to specify only two failure attempts, and then the server process automatically drops the connection. So for this case, we are just going to type the command, which is the alter system set max fail login attempt 2, and then the command is to reduce from 10 to tiger security, and the scope is SP file since the questions ask for the server parameter file.
Now to question two, which is we have to add new control file name as ctl.pbt.ctl as multiplexing step. So first thing first that you have to do, which is connect a CDBA and enter the password, and it will connect it. So just type the command, which is select net from v dollar control file. It will display the control file that have in your files, and show the parameters file that show you the types or the name of control file and the type of control file, the value of control file. Okay, after that, you show the control file. What you have to do is alter system set control file by enter the control file that you have to add, which is app/oradata at orcl or ctl.pbt.ctl, and it will scope SP file. It will system will update. After the system update, you have to we have to shut down the immediate data close and start up back the Oracle. Now tap back the command, which is show parameter file, and we can see the file, the control file it will have in the that it will have in the file or RCL in our data. So for question four, what you it tell us about the memory management that involve the maintaining implement of self in the Oracle. So that we have to do, which is enabling the automatic memory management AMM, and calculate the subvarious memory target based on the SGA target, PGA aggregate target, and maximum PGA allocated parameters. So first thing first that we have to do, which is show parameter target, and it will display the parameter target. in this in the AMM. After that, enter the comma which is select value from variable PGA state where name which is maximum PGA allocated, and it will display the value of the maximum PGA allocated file. Now let's take a look to question 5, which is that we have to do, which is a create user PBT create, which is switch the pluggable database or SAPDB and make sure the pluggable database in open mode. Then when we have to do, which is create user PBT underscore user and role of privilege. After that, we have to connect us PBT underscore user. So first thing first, what you have to do, which is show PDBS, which is make sure the data privilege pluggable database or SPDB in open mode, which is a read write. After then, show PDBS. Now let's create a user by PBT user identified by PBT. After user created, that we have to, which is grant create session to PBT user and grant with success and grant all the privilege to PBT user, also grant succeed also too. So after then grant succeed, what we have to do, which is connect the PBT underscore user slash PBT, and it will connect the
So for the question 6, they asked to add the PBT user schema in our pluggable database or CPDB. So there we need to install or unload the PBT user schema, and then you can find the PBT user SQL in DB home locations and follow the instruction how to install. So then the question asks to change the PBT user in scott.sql and save it as the PBT user SQL. And then they will ask to display all the user objects in the PBT user schema and identify the schema objects. So the first thing is we need to type the command to show the PDBS to see if they are CPDB either mounted or not, and then just type the command select username from all users to show all the users that have in the database. So in my in our SQL developer, we have 38 user. Next, and then we are going to type the command describe v$services, which is to display the informations about the services in the database. So in this way, you can see that the name all the services in the data and what type of it. Next, after that, you just there's two options, which is type the db home type the squad.sql in the directory, or you can just find the directory file, which is the db home slash rdbms slash admin, and then open the squad.sql as a notepad. Then you can see that all the insight in the squads. So then we need to change all the we need to change all the from the highlight that from Scots to PBT user or the PBT, and then rename the Scott.sql to PBT underscore user.sql, and type the directory command and enter the password from the PBT questions that have been said before. So in this case, we use the command in the SQL plus, and then we use the command show user to see the user is the PBT underscore user or not. Next, and then we type the command select all from the tab and from the EMP to display all the user objects in the PBT underscore user schema. So then we can see that there's two, which is from tab there has department, EMP, bonus, and cell grade, and then for the EMP that have all the data in the PBT underscore user. So that's all from us. Thank you.